According to President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr., the government is looking into permanent locations for Kadiwa centers across the country to help Filipinos cope with rising food and commodity prices. Max Gaspi for the full details.
President Marcos Jr. plans to establish permanent Kadiwa stores nationwide. He stated that they are considering expanding it to include permanent Kadiwa centers rather than different types of pop-up stores. They are also considering where to put it. At the moment, Marcos, who also serves as the Secretary of the Department of Agriculture or DA, claims that there are approximately 500 Kadiwa outlets throughout the country. This said program was launched last December 2022. According to Marcos, the latest Kadiwa outlet at the Trade Union Congress of the Philippines office in Quezon City is part of the ongoing nationwide development of Kadiwa centers to give Filipino farmers, fisherfolk, and micro, small, and medium enterprises a chance to make more income through direct farm-to-consumer trade. He added that the intervention was also part of his administration's plan to mitigate and counteract the effects of rising inflation. For Golden Nation Network, this is Max Legaspi.
In a separate story, transport groups end their week-long strike as President Marcos Jr. guaranteed that the Public Utility Vehicle Modernization Program would not lead to transport workers losing their employment. Daniza Lopez has the full report.
President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. stated that the government was committed to safeguarding the employment and livelihood of drivers in the implementation of the Public Utility Vehicle or PUV Modernization Program. According to the President, the primary concern of the transport groups were their inability to purchase modernized vehicles due to financial constraints, where President Marcos Jr. emphasized the need to address this issue to ensure that no individual would lose their job due to their inability to afford the vehicles. He added that as of now, the government is currently focused on guaranteeing the safety of PUV for passengers. On the other hand, President Marcos Jr. expressed gratitude towards transport groups who had conveyed their message regarding the need for a thorough examination of the process for replacing jeepneys and buses and for ending their strike earlier than planned. He also said that the deadline for consolidation had been rescheduled to December with the belief that it would be enough time to address the issues with the system. For Golden Nation Network, this is Daniza Lopez.
For Senate updates, Senator Risa Hontiveros stated that the current Anti-Hazing Act of 2018's provisions are already stricter and more extensive than the prior version of the law, stressing that there is a serious cultural issue following the hazing deaths in the Philippines. Senator Hontiveros also pointed out that violence, killings, and impunity turn out to be normal, whether it be in the context of fraternity hazing killings or election-related political violence. The lawmakers stated that it is the right time for the fraternity and sorority leaders to reunite and tackle how to put an end to the killings of their brothers and sisters as they refer to one another in pursuit of the long-awaited cultural change. On to another Senate report, Senator Christopher Bongo expressed his solidarity and sympathy with jeepney drivers and urged the government to implement measures that would provide support for those affected by the Public Utility Vehicle Modernization Program. Daniza Lopez has the full story.
Senator Christopher Bongo conveyed his support and empathy for jeepney drivers while calling on the government to enforce actions that would offer aid for those who are affected by the Public Utility Vehicle Modernization Program or PUVMP. He stated that the majority of jeepney drivers can only make ends meet through earning enough to cover their daily boundary and are unable to save money for the purchase of a new jeepney. Referring to the modernization program, Senator Bongo stated that it would result in long-term benefits. However, he also noted that at present, the majority of the drivers have dependents whom they are supporting financially. Senator Bongo stressed that while he is not completely opposed to the modernization program, the government should ensure that traditional jeepney operators are given sufficient time and assistance during the transition phase in order to adapt to the demands of the program. For Golden Nation Network, this is Daniza Lopez.
On the other hand, Senator Sherwin Gatchalian supported the enactment of the bill that aims to institutionalize the One Town, One Product program of the Department of Trade and Industry, or DTI. Senator Gatchalian stated that this will acknowledge the importance of micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises, or MSMEs, since the measure aims to provide aid in enabling local government units to cooperate with national government agencies and private sector to develop the quality and competitiveness of the country's export and local products. Senate Deputy Majority Leader Senator J.V. Ejercito supported the 8 bills that sought for declaration of special local non-working holidays to honor significant events of different areas. The proposed bill include holidays on the proclamation of Pasig City, Antipolo City, Kapatbaran City, Marikina City, Province of Benguet, La Union Province, Province of Samar, and Cordillera Administrative Region. Senator J.V. Ejercito, who is also the chairperson of the Committee on Local Government, explained that the following local holiday that were introduced in the bill aims to commemorate the founding anniversary or the local government unit's Charter Day. Moving on, Kabalikat sa Hanap Buhay Act is getting closer to becoming a law, which, if passed, aims to give job seekers who are in need of financial assistance a 20% discount on fees for specific government certifications. The proposed act proposes a 20% reduction on fees and costs that apply to barangay clearance, National Bureau of Investigation or NBI clearance, police clearance, medical certificate, Civil Service Commission or CSC certificate of eligibility, and other government-issued requirements that employers may demand from job seekers. Through this bill, it aims to further reduce the financial burden of the indigent citizens seeking for employment. Following MT Princess's sunken vessel incident in Oriental Mindoro, the province's 2nd District Representative Alfonso Umali Jr. has filed a resolution to investigate if the country's maritime laws are sufficient to hold sea vessels involved in accidents accountable. MT Princess Empress sank on February 28 off Nauhan while carrying 800,000 liters of industrial fuel. All spills were reported in several areas in Mindoro, prompting the coastal town of Pola to declare a state of calamity. Up next, a news focus. Manila-based WHO Regional Director terminated amid misconduct allegations. Philippine cycling team achieves podium finish in Biwase Cup 2023. National Youth Movement for West Philippine Sea calls for action to protect the West Philippine Sea. Stay tuned for more stories and reports when News Force returns.